Greetings ladies and gentlemen, it's Michael here with a brand new Fallout 4 build on FudgeMuppet. Our regular Fallout 4 build will be coming later this week, but for now, it's time to get into the Christmas spirit because Santa Claus is coming to town. Today's build is Santa Claus himself, and he's going to be taking out people on his naughty list who have done nothing but misbehave in the Commonwealth. Now, you may be wondering how exactly Santa Claus ended up in Fallout 4. So let's get into that. Originally living in the North Pole, Santa Claus was an all-round great guy who did nothing but deliver presents to everyone on planet Earth. His generous lifestyle was very satisfying, and this continued for many years, with Santa Claus never aging. He was an old man, but he wasn't getting any older, and he was consistently delivering more and more presents on time every year. He did this through outsourcing to sweatshop elves, a brilliant strategy that showed off the true capitalist inside Santa. His business was booming and cost-effective. He only had to pay his sweatshop elves 3 candy canes per day. Everything was swell, until one day Santa Claus came home to his Arctic mansion only to find the Grinch frogging Mrs. Claus. Spit piled up in his beard as he cursed and swore at the Grinch, and doing what any generous person would do, Santa Claus reached for his good old combat shotgun and wished the Grinch a Merry Christmas. After getting his revenge, Santa stormed out of his mansion with a bottle of whiskey and decided to ride his sleigh and never stop. Eventually, as the alcohol began to influence his awareness, Santa had a scrape with a Boeing 747 and had to make a crash landing into the car park of a Boston pub. Drunk and battered, Santa walked into the bar, ordered even more whiskey, and found himself talking to a Boston broad. Santa really liked this girl, and after 60 minutes of kissing, Santa blew his top and started a relationship which eventuated in marriage. Leaving his old life behind and fabricating an entirely new past, Santa lived happily with his new lover, and he managed to get her pregnant and have a child. He fed her some bullshit story about how he was once in the military and was really tough, and being incredibly gullible, his wife ate it all up. Santa, however, was very clever. The only thing he'd eat up was milk and cookies. Eventually, though, the bombs began to fall, and Santa was rushed into Vault 111. After emerging from the vault, Santa's world was again flipped upside down, but this time for the worst. 200 years had passed, and Santa was left with no Snow and no Sean. Santa decided that the chaos in the world had probably occurred because the Chinese didn't like Christmas. Santa had nothing left to do, and so he dedicated himself to finding Santa Jr. On his journey, he will help people and be very generous so that he can spread the Christmas spirit. On the bright side, Santa is joyed that the denizens of Diamond City still celebrate Christmas in December. On his journey, Santa Claus will encounter many groups and factions, and it is up to you to help him decide which one will truly allow for a world in which the Christmas spirit can prosper. We think it's beneficial to help the railroad out so you can get the ballistic weave for your clothing, but ultimately the endgame choices are up to you. Santa decks the halls with bows and bodies when anyone gets in his way. His weapons of choice are the junk jet, which can be filled with shitty Christmas presents, but more importantly, he loves the broadside cannon and the infamous cryolator. You're going to want to upgrade the cryolator to shoot snowballs, and you can get this using the glitch with dog meat. Now, if you don't know how to do this, we've made a video on it, which is in the description. And a few people are saying that this glitch is patched, and we aren't entirely sure, but worst case scenario, you'll have to invest in perception and get the locksmith perk. Santa will also use the legendary combat shotgun Les Fusils Terribles. The perks Santa will need are Heavy Gunner, Rifleman, Armorer, Gun Nut, Science, Lone Wanderer, Life Giver, Scrounger, Solar Powered, and Strongback. You can get whatever you want after this. The weapon-based perks will of course help with damage, and so will the weapon modification perks. Lone Wanderer is perfect for Santa as he won't be using any companions, and Strongback will allow Santa to carry heaps of presents. Scrounger will let him find more ammo for his guns, but very importantly he has Solar Powered and Life Giver, and this will help Santa stay alive, and their effects represent his magical immortal-like abilities. Santa lives forever. Santa wears the red frock coat, which you can take from Hancock after you make him your companion. Now, like I said, you'll want to upgrade this with ballistic weave if you can, and he will essentially ditch Hancock after he takes his coat because he won't be using companions, and he takes this because it's the closest thing that resembles his old outfit. The stats for Santa Claus are 6 strength, 2 perception, 10 endurance, 3 charisma, 6 intelligence, 1 agility, and 2 luck. Now this doesn't include any bobbleheads except for perception. You're going to start with perception 1 and get the bobblehead very soon. You can put the special book in charisma or intelligence, or even luck if you'd like. And that's basically it, guys. Enjoy your Christmas, and most importantly, enjoy this Santa Claus build. Share this around if you enjoyed this video, and I should note that Santa Claus can also have a flamer and use catchphrases like, "You'll have coal in your sack for Christmas." Remember as well in the customization to make him look really fat and old, and also make his eyes close together to give him a real cartoon look. My name's Michael, Merry Christmas from both Scott and I, and we'll see all of you soon with our Brotherhood of Steel build.